You will choose 5 words. Let me give the number 5 here. You're going to use 5 words from this set of suffixes. It could be any of these. But you need to come up with different words, not forgetful, machinery, brotherhood, etc., etc. Okay? And the same thing with this last box or rectangle. You need to come up with different words and not payee, employee, journalist, cigarette, and picturesque. Sorry. In the case of the first rectangle, when you add these suffixes to the root, the stress does not change from one syllable to another one. For example, take the first word, forget. Forget is stressed in the second syllable. When you add the suffix full, you don't say forgetful, you say forgetful. Again, the second syllable is the one stressed or the most prominent of the 3. The same thing with machine. Machine is stressed in the second one. Now, when you add the suffix machinery, well, still the second syllable is the one which is stressed. Remember that the primary stress is placed before the syllable, which is going to be the most prominent one. Okay? And in the case of the last suffixes, in the last box or rectangle, these suffixes attract the stress. Whenever you use them, that is the syllable which is going to be stressed. So pay becomes payee, employ becomes employee, becomes journalist, cigar becomes cigarette, and picture becomes picturesque. Okay, so you need to come up with 5 examples from this suffixes, 5 from the following, and 5 from the last one. You need to use different examples, okay? Different examples. And once you have them, I'm going to give you the second part of the task, which is to put them in context, to use them in a sentence, such as, for example, here I have some examples, okay, which is basically what I want you to do. See, I chose some examples here, and I put them in context in the following slide. There appear to be evidence of differential treatment of children. So I have differential, treatment. As you can see, in this example, in the first one, I'm using the words that I found. Okay, so the first part of the task is to come up with 5 and 5. So there are you are going to have 15 words with different cases of suffixes. And the second part of the task is to put these words in in a context, in a sentence. What you can do is, whenever you search for the word online, and you look it up in a dictionary, I'm sorry, in general, online dictionaries give you examples, give you sentences, or provide context in which the words are used. So you can use those examples if you want, or you can come up with your own original sentences. Okay, so that is a task that you have to do now. You can work with this individually, or You can even work in pairs if you want. So 5, 5, and 5, 15 words with different suffixes. Okay? And then after you come with these 15 words, you need to create a context for them. You need to provide them with a context, which is basically a sentence. You have to use these words in a sentence. I don't know if this task is clear or if you have questions. So all the questions are well before you start the task. Does anyone have a question?
I have a question. Can you hear me?
I'm loud and clear.
Okay. The task is 5 with one. I don't know what is the.
Suffixes?
Okay, yes, and 5 of the other suffixes and 5 more.
Exactly.
Okay, okay,
Exactly. 5 with the first, I would say, first case, 5 with the second case, and 5 with the third case. Exactly.
okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. Um, is there any other question before you start with the task? Remember that this task can be individual or you can work with this in pairs. The idea is that you can have the words and the sentences somewhere to be seen. It could be a Word file, it could be an Excel spreadsheet, it could be a PowerPoint presentation. It's totally up. You can even use your own notebook. You can take a picture. Okay, so any format is allowed. Okay, so it's time to start working. Let's get ready. Let's get started. I'm going to be here in case you have any questions. As I said before, individual or in pairs, it's totally up to you. And let's see the results. Let's see what original sentences you may come up with for this exercise. All right, guys, let's get started. I'm going to be here in case you have any questions. All right.
Teacher? Teacher, I have a question.
I'm listening in case you have any
Oh,
questions, right? So
and
let me know.
can you go back for the five, the first page of the what you have to do, because I forgot the list of words we have to add.
Okay, I'm not sure if I'm sharing this with you. I think I'm sharing the examples only, and because I'm okay, I think already you can see it. Because I'm trying to see with myself what I'm sharing. I think you're able
Teacher,
to see the
Yes.
yeah, the second slide, I
Mhm,
guess.
mhm.
teacher,
Okay,
I have a
that's the
question.
first.
Teacher, I have a question.
Thank you, teacher.
What is it? What's the question? Let me know.
How many words the words there are must be 15 or 10?
From this box, from the blue box, you see yellow suffixes, right? I mean yellow words, which are basically suffixes. You need to choose 5 suffixes from this box,
Okay.
and you have to come up with words that are not the ones that I have below. Not courteous, not perfection, not ambition, not curiosity,
No,
but
any
different ones.
words.
Exactly, any
Or other
words.
words. Yes.
Otherwise, exactly. 5 from this box, and 5 from this second blue box, and 5 from the last one.
Oh, okay, okay. I understand now. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Anytime. All right then. We're going to take a look at your exercises, see if you're ready or not. Omar is done with the exercise. Is anyone else ready? Omar, do you think you could share your exercise for everyone to see? Is there any possibility that you can share it?
Yes, I can do it. I can share screen.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing so you can share the exercise that you were working with us. Thank you so much for being the first one. All right.
Okay. I don't know if like you can see it.
Yes. Yes, it's very clear.
Okay, so the first word I added was sensitive with the suffix of of "ev", and the sentence I used is I used it. It was that person is really sensitive.
All right, go on, Omar. Go on. You're doing very well.
The second of Ion, and the sentence was a shield is a form of protection. The the third word I had was geography with the suffix of graphy, and the example was I used to study geography in class. And then the fourth was with evil, with and I was, and the sentence is Carmen with a long animal breath. And the last one of the first five examples with the suffix "ios", I added contagious, and the example was COVID-19 is very contagious. Then the second part, which was the first with with ness, and I added happiness, and I'm full of happiness was the sentence. The second was with the suffix legs, and I added meaning with transforming meaningless, and I wrote the example of I have nothing. My life is meaningless. Then I added with another suffix, and I used the word fatherhood. And the example is the fatherhood is a challenging task.
Teacher, I'm ready. I'm done.
Then the another example
Oh, sorry.
was with N, and I used commitment for this. A relationship must have commitment in order to work. And the last example of the second part was with the suffix "fy", and I use intensify. And the second example is increase the resist, resistance to intensify your workout. And the last five suffix etiquette with the suffix et, with the suffix ede, and you must have a good etiquette when eating. The second was with e, and I use refugee. We have to help the refugee was the sentence example. The third was with suffix esque, and grotesque is the word I use. And that picture is really grotesque. Ew. Then another suffix was with is, and I used Chinese. And the Chinese are communist was the sentence example. And then the last suffix I used was is, and I decided to use mentalist. And the sentence example is what can help mentalize. What can help is mentalize your words before you say it. And that's what those I used.
Well, first of all, Omar, congratulations. I am very surprised and I'm very impressed by your task and the way you present it. Okay, so first of all, congratulations for this task. Now, the second part, the second part has to do with reviewing the examples you gave from the point of view of phonetics, or more specifically pronunciation, right? Can you go to the first set of 5? Okay, all right. And remember that the third word should be geography, G. The first sound, G. Geography, all right?
Geography.
Exactly, geography.
Okay.
All right, and the rest is very good. I think examples are excellent. In the last set, can you go to the last set? Okay. Just 2 small things. Just two very, very small things. The first word, some people say etiquette, some people say etiquette. Okay, so this is just a general comment for everyone in the room. So if you say etiquette or etiquette, both are correct. Okay, now for the sake of this example, it was a very good selection, right? Because of the suffix you are using. Now, only in the last one you said mentalise, but then you used mentalize. So that was sort of not exactly the same pronunciation. So for the last word in this last set, is the pronunciation mentalise or mentalize or
mentalist is how you
okay.
pronounce, right?
That's how you pronounce it. So the first one was correct. Mentalise, right? Okay, good. Mentalise. Very good examples. I think you fulfill the requirements. So congratulations again. Excellent. Very good. Very good, Omar.
Sure.
All righty. Anyone interested in showing the examples? Anyone that's, that likes challenges? I mean, this is a good way to expose yourself to talk in public, right? Consider you are becoming teachers of English. At some point, you're going to have to talk in front of people. So this is a good way to start developing this particular speaking skills, right? Anyone interested in sharing? How many, well, not counting Javiera and myself, 15 14. At least there should be 13 students here. Anyone interested in sharing? Maybe not the whole thing, but maybe at least one set of 5. That would be interesting to have one set of 5. Diego Troncoso, do you have your at least a set of 5 words with the different contexts, of course, that you can share with us? Mr. Diego Troncoso Vidagra. Sorry, Villagra? Vidagra or Villagra? Mystery.
Teacher, I didn't end the task. I'm sorry.
That's all right. But do you have like a first part?
Yeah, the thing that is that I get a little bit confused, and I did the task wrong. So I'm doing again.
Okay, all right. So I guess next session you can show us your set, all right?
Yes, no problem.
Excellent, excellent. Javiera de la Fuente, do you think you are ready to share at least, the first 5? Like the first set, maybe not the whole thing. Miss Javiera de la Fuente. I should say maybe Miss de la Fuente, right? Or Mrs. I'm not sure if she's married or single. What happens when you cannot say if someone is if you don't know when someone is married? Because when someone is married, you say Miss, right? But when someone is married, you say Mrs. When you don't know or when you don't want to say when someone is single or married. Javiera, are you there? Javiera de la Fuente. How about Kelly? Kelly Valdez? This is my first cup of coffee, by the way, all right? So you're not judging me for drinking too much coffee. Kelly? Very well. So since you seem to be working with your task, we're going to end up the session now, considering that for the rest of...
I can share.
You can share, Bastian. Okay.
But only 11 because I think the last suffix was a bit difficult. But the 2 and 3, I could do it completely.
All right, wonderful. Whatever you can show to us, it's fine. So you're sharing now, right?
Okay. Okay. You are watching my screen, true?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
we're watching your screen.
Okay. In the first, with EOUS, I chose anxious, and the sentence is, she was very anxious before his presentation. With Ian, I chose pedestrian. The pedestrian has crossed in the incorrect moment. With Ion, I chose nation, and the sentence is Russia is my nation. With ik, I chose systematic, and the sentence is a systematic strategy can help to understand better. And with x, I chose physics, and the sentence is the game physics of the game. No, the game's physics were horrible. With less, I chose fearless, and the sentence is he's fearless. He walks through the fire with no shoes. With meant, I chose agreement, and the sentence is Agreement is a word that I saw a lot this year. With able, I choose understandable. Understandable. And the sentence is understandable. Have a nice day. And that is a meme. So because of that, I chose that sentence. With ness, I chose madness. And the sentence is the madness in a man is more dangerous than a gun in a police officer. And with fool, I chose hopeful. And the sentence is I'm hopeful that in the future the peace will be rise. I wrote wrong is with a rise, not raise. And with the double E, I chose melee. That word I heard in a video game that when you fight like body to body is melee. So in a video game there are a lot of melee weapons to use. That are my sentence and my words.
Alrighty, thank you so much. Very clear, Bastian. Very good choices as well. And just well, not considering some of the spelling aspects, right? But I think you were correct. I didn't know about melee, so thank you for sharing that concept, melee. So like when you fight hand to hand with someone
Yes.
in a game. Okay, all right. So not with guns, but probably with a knife or hitting
Yes.
someone with your own hands or fists.
With your hands or with a knife.
Okay, catch. All right. Can you scroll up a little bit, please, to the first examples?
sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
That's all right.
Here are the first.
Yeah. So the
Until
pedestrian. Yeah. So the pedestrian. Everyone is okay with that concept? The pedestrian. Yes. The pedestrian. The people who are on the street walking, right? Passers-by. The pedestrian has crossed in the incorrect moment, right? Is it incorrect or incorrect? What do you think? This question is for everyone, right? Is it incorrect or incorrect?
The way the word with the word pedestrian,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's incorrect. I think because
Correct.
pedestrian weren't like the people like used to go with Catholic people and all of that. Or am I getting confused?
I think he means the pronunciation of incorrect, not the sentence.
Yeah. Oh,
Is
okay.
incorrect or incorrect? I think that's difficult. I think it's incorrect, not incorrect.
Okay, let's take a look at the dictionary. Which dictionary do you think we can use? The Cambridge?
Yes.
Okay, the Cambridge. So are you looking up the word incorrect or incorrect?
You are saying to me to search it or not?
Come again?
Or you are sharing? Or
I'm saying if someone else is taking a look at the word, because that's
Yes.
something that I want you to do.
Because
I want
I am
to
sharing, so
exactly, you are sharing. So someone else has to do this. And in this sense, I want to be very curious. Diego, Gaspar, Héctor, Ignacio, Javiera, Kelly, Marieta. Nicolas, Omar, Pia, Scarlett, I want you to be very curious. If you don't know the pronunciation of a word, I want you to look it up. So I already did. Have you looked up the word online to see if it's incorrect or incorrect or incorrect? Because I already found it in 2 different dictionaries. So what do you know? So it's so easy now, right? I remember that when I was a student, I had to go to a library. I had to go to the library, to the university library, get a dictionary, and then find the. Now you should just go online, and the answer is in seconds. So incorrect, incorrect, or incorrect. Very simple question. You don't keep us waiting. And it's sharing, so you cannot look up the word. But I know that Scarlett can do it. Safka, Pia, Omar, Nicolas, Marieta, Kelly.
I think it's incorrect.
You think is?
Incorrect. Indeed.
Incorrect. Okay, incorrect. So that would be the last syllable, right? Incorrect. I do agree with you. Incorrect. All right, so the example should be the pedestrian crossed the what was it? The street in the incorrect something, right? I really don't remember the exact example that what Bastian was sharing. All right, very good. Thank you so much, Bastian. I think it was very clear. You get at least 2 sets, right? And it's 10:32 according to my 10:30 according to my watch. So according to my cell phone. We're going to be finishing the session for today, and the next session that we're going to be having for section 1, ELT 125, is going to be on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
right?
You are right.
Okay.
Yes,
so
Thursday.
Thursday, right? At the same time. And the idea is that on Thursday, during the first part, we're going to review your examples, okay? We're going to see in which way the stress switches from one syllable to the other one, like in different to different, differential, right? Possible, possibility. And sometimes, even if we add a suffix, the stress remains on the same syllable. The same syllable which is prominent remains prominent even if you add a suffix. So that's the idea that I want you to realize that sometimes the stress for the most prominent syllable may shift, and sometimes it may not. So let's start Thursday's session with your exercises, okay? And then after these exercises, I would like to take a look at a presentation which contains a little bit of information about syllables, but in general terms, you're going to be quite familiar because the information provided by Javiera in the recap session, right? But there are other concepts that we're going to learn concerning syllables, such as, for example, sometimes syllables can be open syllables. Sometimes they can be closed syllables. Syllables can be heavy or light, believe it or not. Heavy syllables, light syllables. Sometimes they can be simple syllables, moderately simplex, and complex. Okay, and also the different ways in which you can identify a syllable, because for us in Spanish, it's quite easy. we were usually taught by clapping, right? So mesa, taza, basurero. By clapping, we could identify the number of syllables. And in general, if you think, for example, casa, the structure of a syllable was in casa, consonant, vowel, right?
Oh, tallarines. Tallarines.
Tallarines. Good. So it was very easy for us to identify that tallarines had how many? I
Pero
guess
no
4, right?
necesariamente, profesor, no necesariamente hay que aplaudir, también se puede golpear la mesa.
Exactly. I used to snap my fingers. It was easy for me, easier,
Yeah,
right?
clapping
Yeah.
the fingers.
Yeah.
Or you can with the pen.
Yeah, I did that a lot with my pencil, but then it broke.
The pencil in the copybook. You can put the pencil in the copybook.
Yeah, that's a better idea, right? In the copybook, it doesn't break. So
yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the suggestion as well. But in English, the point is that it's not that easy to identify the division of syllables. Remember that syllables are divided visually using a dot. You separate the syllables using a dot. It's not that easy to identify where the dot goes, because syllables can be divided in different ways according to some different theories. And the point is that next class, during the second part of the lesson, we're going to review some of these theories that try to explain how syllables are divided in English. So it's going to be quite informative. I don't want you to learn these theories by heart. I just want you to understand that there are different ways to explain how syllables are divided in English, and how these theories seem to work in many, but others, all these exceptions in English. English is a language full of exceptions that sometimes give headache to the language users. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you on Thursday. If you don't have any questions, we may finish this session. Any comments or questions before we part our ways and move on with our lives? Remember, next Thursday, you start showing or sharing your examples, and then the second part is going to be a little bit of theory, but also okay. So I'll see you on Thursday. Sorry.
Okay, teacher.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
See you next.